BJ here from bjdrinksbeer. Uh, and yeah, just want to start by saying I'm sorry I haven't done many streams lately. I've been very busy with my other channel, BJ and DG Talks Wrestling. If you haven't checked it out already, by all means go ahead and check it out. We need all the subs we can get right now. But yeah, whenever I get a chance, I try to get in a beer stream and have a few samples in my fridge piling up, so I figured why not bang them out. Uh, anything else? Anything else? Yeah, I was gonna go to Farm Truck tonight. A couple friends of mine are playing music up there, and it seemed like it would be a good time. But honestly, right now, I just don't want to spend money, and it's just too hot to be outside. Um, so I'm gonna sit here in the air conditioning and drink beer and stream. Anyway, this one. This one is from Wanderbeck Beer Works. It is a 4.7% premium Pilsner, and it's called, what's it called? And it's called Match Day. Love this can art too. I can only describe Wanderbeck Beer Works' can art as alternate universe retro. Like it's not retro here, but it's retro somewhere, an alternate universe somewhere. Anyway, terrible pour. Wanderbeck Beer Works gave me this glass because they saw me having trouble with the typical pint glasses and that are only 16 ounces and pouring them and having them overflow. So they decided to give me this because it's a pint glass with a couple extra ounces. So if you're drinking a 19.2, it fits perfectly. Or if you can't pour a pint properly like myself, uh, they've got you. Yep, let's just let that happen. Yeah, this can art is fantastic. So, Wanderback Beer Works, right now they are technically a gypsy brewery, I guess the term would be. Uh, they brew out of Egg Harbor Township, and in a couple months, their brewery will be opening in Vineland, New Jersey, which is like an hour from me. Um, and I got to say, I'm really looking forward to these guys actually opening, brick and mortar, and just trying out because right now they brew for distribution. So they only brew a few different beers. They rotate in a couple new ones every month and rotate out, Uh, but they got to go with what they think is going to sell, so they can't really experiment too much. But yeah, when the brewery opens up, they're going to have the luxury to be able to, hey, I want to try brewing this, and we'll see how it works in the tap room, and then we'll if it does well, we'll send it out for distro. So, I've had plenty of the standard Wanderbeck Beer Works beers, but I'm looking forward to trying some of what they can do when they have the luxury of being able to experiment a little bit. Anyway, looks like the head's gone down a little bit. On the nose. Oh, well, I guess don't need to get a light behind it. You can see any of that fog that's just condensation. It's pretty clear. On the nose. Okay, yeah. A little sweeter and more bready up front than most Pilsners, but there's definitely some a little bit of bitterness going on in there. Yeah, there's definitely way more sweetness than your typical Pilsner. At least, on the nose. Let's give it a try. Wow. Okay. So the bitterness doesn't wait around. The bitterness it's almost throughout the whole sip. The finish is very dry, as you would expect. The sweet breadiness, it kind of balances out the bitterness, which is kind of the opposite way that they usually work. But yeah, the sweet breadiness isn't really up, up front like you would expect it. But then there's, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to say this before I take another sip. I think there's a little bit of like maybe citrusy or fruity. I don't know. I'm picking up some kind of notes there, but let's take another sip. Yeah, there's just a subtle fruity juiciness. Um, like very, very subtle, barely noticeable. And the bitterness is the main feature here because it finishes very dry and earthy. So much so that like the keep you coming back for another sip. I mean, this is a 4.7% crushable pint that that back end earthiness and dankness is you're gonna finish these in no time. Yeah, I can't place that upfront juiciness. It's definitely different than your typical Pilsner as far as, you get a lot more upfront breadiness, like a cracker, bready, biscuity. But in this one, you get that very subtle, but then there's that fruity note that's really, like I said, it's really making it stand out from any other Pilsner out there. Yeah, and as I take a couple sips and the taste buds acclimate, the dankness and bitterness on the back end is definitely faded a little bit, but it is nowhere near gone. It's still hanging around, and it balances out a lot better as the taste buds acclimate, obviously. Yeah, very thin on the palate. Uh, very thin on the palate. Right. Yeah, as the taste buds acclimate, it just all comes together, and everything isn't a separate. Well, it's not a beginning, middle, and end, and it's just a whole balanced experience throughout, with some lingering dryness and bitterness. Uh, but yeah, the subtle sweetness is definitely enough to at least curb the bitterness to the point where it's drinkable. I could see, without any sweetness up front, it just being a little too bitter. But this one balances out nicely, even though, like I said, you're left with that lingering bitterness and dryness. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm. It makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is bjdrinksbeer, and I'm on Instagram and YouTube. And hey, while you're at it, why don't you give my other channel a follow? BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. We are a wrestling talk channel, so if you're a wrestling fan or if you just can't get enough of me, go ahead and check it out. We need all the subs we can get right now. If you've had this one, which I Don't think it's been out for more than a day or two. Maybe depending on where you are in Jersey, maybe a week at the most. But no, I think they canned it midweek. So it's only been out a couple days. But if you've had this one or anything by Wanderback Beer Works, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to try. Maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, I don't think we have this at Joking House in Marlton yet. No. I'm bringing it in next week. We gotta, yeah. We will have this one next week at Joking House in Marlton. Rating. Very drinkable. Once it balances out, honestly, you're just left with the only thing peeking through is that dankness. And while it is a very crushable, drinkable Pilsner, I do prefer Hugo from Wonderback Beer Works. It's kind of along the same lines, very different, but a bitter Pilsner. Um, so having said that, and Hugo is a 5 out of 5 every time. Hugo is an absolutely amazing beer from Wonderback Beer Works. Having said that, this one doesn't fall that short of Hugo. I'm going to give this one a 4.25 out of 5. If you haven't had anything from Wanderbeck Beer Works, I definitely recommend you check out some of what they do. Their Helles Lager just won gold medal at the International. I'm drawing a blank, but it just won a gold medal at the International Beer something. I don't remember. It was a couple months ago, but it's like one of the biggest like beer competitions in the world, and they took home a gold medal for their Helles Lager in a category that is the fifth most entered category in the whole competition. So that's very huge. Um, yeah, but if you haven't had anything from them, they're lager focused, but they do a couple IPAs here and there. Uh, Honestly, I think the worst thing I've had from Wonderback Beer Works was like a 3.75 out of 5. Everything else has been a 4, 4.5, 5. Um, Perfectly cromulent. Their IPA, their flagship IPA, very, very good stuff. I know if you're familiar with the channel, you have seen me drinking Breeze recently, and also a year ago when it first came out. Excellent stuff. I pick up a 6 pack of that every once in a while for myself. But yeah, pretty much if you haven't had anything from Wanderback Beer Works, I don't know what you're waiting for. You're selling yourself short and you're missing out. Well, that's all I've got for this time. Until next time, cheers. But don't go anywhere because we're just getting started. We have at least two more beers to drink, one of which is a beer that I haven't had in 3, maybe 4 years. A beer from a brewery that I have in 3, maybe 4 years. And then coming up after that is the newest version of, I forget what the series is called. I'm blanking today. The newest Treehouse, I think it's called Tree Fort. That's what it is, from Neck of the Woods. So, and Tree Fort's a series of IPAs. They're one and dones. They make them and that's it. So, I believe I reviewed on one of my streams the first one a couple months back, and now this is the second. This is the second one. So stay tuned for that. I'm just going to take a couple more sips of this and then set up for the next one. Um, ugh. Yeah, this is probably, I've had in the last 4 years, probably I've had that much of a Cape May beer at the Yards Real Beer Invitational. Real Ale Invitational, whatever it is. I had like a sip of a Cape May beer, and then before that, I shared my last Ties to the Room together with a friend of mine. Like, I mean, the beer was like 2.5 years old when we drank it, so this had to have been 2 years ago, year and a half. So I haven't had much Cape May in the last few years, and there's reasons for that. But at this point, I'm willing to try some of what they have to offer. Follow the Goal I haven't had, and that's what I have lined up. But you know that if you saw the thumbnail. Follow the Goal, follow the Goal I haven't had in has to have been 5, 6 years. And I honestly, I don't think I ever reviewed it, and I can't remember it at all, so it'll be new to me, I guess. And plus, back then these guys were brewing it, and well, not Wanderback, but the people who became Wanderback were brewing it, and even though it's the same recipe and everything, I would imagine it's a little bit different of a beer now with different people brewing it. So we will get to that in just a second. Let me put this up on the mantle. Go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Yeah, I guess just a bump to this. All right. Ah, So this one is from Cape May. Cape May Brewery, Brewing, Beer Co. It is a Cape May Brewing Co. It's called Follow the Goal. This one is a 5.5% hazy IPA. Got a little something. Oh, sample sticker. Get rid of that. Uh, Originally brewed to celebrate Cape May County's 325th anniversary, we brew Follow the Goal with a ridiculous amount of Citra and Azacca hops, yielding a juicy and ultra-drinkable hop bomb bursting with tropical and citrus aromas. Though the anniversary has passed, we loved Follow the Goal too much to not brew it again. And this one, I believe, is a new year-round beer from Cape May. Yeah, good old seagulls. Worst bird ever. I don't know, geese suck too. Every time. Well, since I have some time to wait here, I'll get a light behind it. All right, as you can see, pretty hazy. Um, Glass, there's not too much condensation on the glass yet, so that's just straight up haze. Uh, let me give you a closer look. Yeah, it's just straight up haze. So by the way, you see this glass here. This is from Stratosphere Brewery. If you guys have not been to Stratosphere Brewery, uh, and even if you have, but it's been a while, it's an amazing time. I've been there a couple times, like within, you know, maybe like 8 months ago, and like everything I tried just wasn't very good, and it was a weird vibe, but apparently they made some changes, and there's a new brewer in there, and there's some new people up front, and I gotta say, every time I've been there recently, it's been an absolute blast, and the beer is phenomenal. My favorite is their Raquel Pilsner, but they have a new New England called Outrageous that's really fantastic. Glockner is always a good one. That's their Vienna. They have a dark Mexican lager and a non-dark Mexican lager that are absolutely amazing. So I definitely recommend that if you're in the Mount Holly, New Jersey area, you check out Stratus. All right, on the nose. Oh yeah, super juicy. That citrus coming through huge. Um, yeah, it does, and this is just on the nose. For a 5.5 percenter, a lot of intensity in the. Why can't I talk right now? For a 5.5 percenter, there's a lot of intensity in the aroma. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it's just I don't want to like hate on it or anything, and maybe it's just my taste buds. And a lot of people really like this beer, but it's got this really astringent dryness right up front. Like you get a little bit of juicy citrusy sweetness from the citra, and then boom, like just yeah. I mean, maybe it's the Azaka that because I don't know if there are a lot of beers out there that I've had with Azaka, but every once in a while, especially with a lower ABV IPA, I get this like just dominating, just earthy bitterness that kind of clashes with everything else. And that's what I'm really getting in this one. Um, I'm very thick on the palate. Hold on. Okay. It's like a month old, not even. Yeah, I think it's the Azaka maybe that I'm really just having a problem with. Otherwise, like, it's like your standard, not session, but lower ABV hazy IPA. But then there's that just earthy, like clashing flavor, and that it's got to be the Azaka that I'm picking up. This has happened to me too with a bunch of different beers, um, where it just like everyone says how good it is, and I'm just like, I don't think this is how it's supposed to taste. And other people taste it, and they're like, no, 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 you don't like this, and I'm like, I'm tasting something wrong here, apparently. But as it is, yeah, just like you get like a moment of citrusy, sweet notes, and then boom, earthiness. Like just dank, like not pleasant, like earthiness. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm not gonna go through like the whole because I'm not gonna cut this and like toast it or anything, so I'm not gonna go through like the motions with this one or anything. But I'm not gonna. I guess I have to rate it 2 out of 5. But that's like big asterisk next to that one because that's a me thing. And it's not like my feelings toward the brewery at all. It's just more so like my sense of taste. Yeah, it's just oh my God, that even tasted really weird. Um, it's let me take a minute and just like maybe pull up another random review of this beer. And as a makeup, I will review something else from Cape May on this channel, but this one I'm just not feeling. And I don't remember it tasting like this, but then again, I haven't had it in 5 years, so a lot of things have happened. Follow the goal. Beer Advocate or Untapped? I'll do Untapped. All right, let's see what people have to say. I can't find any actual reviews. Oh, here we go. Very citrus focused yet hoppy. Very decent. Thank you, Nick. Uh, like, why doesn't anyone actually review it? They just post pictures. That's what I hate on Tab. All right, well, at least we can. I gave it a 2 out of 5, so we can see what people rated it. If I can get rid of these pop-ups. 3.82 out of 5. And it's 45 IBUs, which blows me away because, I mean, it tastes downright hairy. Um, so it must be a me thing. I must be tasting something wrong because all these people who love Cape May can't be wrong, can they? Yeah, yeah. As a makeup, like I said, I'll review something else from Cape May at some point in the future. But this is terrible. I'm not gonna finish it. Like, how is it that? Not, nope, nope. All right. So get that back in front of me for a minute. I don't know. Yeah, it's. I don't think there's like anything wrong with my taste buds. You know, I probably I've probably burnt them out quite a bit in the last 6 years now of reviewing beer. But yeah, I've never and there are certain things, and maybe there's a common ingredient. I don't know that, and maybe it's just the way my sensory what interprets the signals that are being sent. Um, there've been certain, and they're mostly like lower ABV IPAs that have this like just disgusting, earthy, just foulness. And like other people apparently who drink the same beer don't taste it. So I don't know. That's definitely a me thing, but I'm just still gonna rate things accurately as I interpret them. Like this next one from Neck of the Woods, Tree, second iteration of Tree Fort. I'll have more information for you when I have it in front of me, because it's over there. But yeah, I feel bad, like, doing stuff like that, like, because like, I don't know, I haven't had a lot of Cape May lately. I'm honestly, I'm just not very happy with a lot of their business decisions, and and all the people that they've hurt, you know. Um, yeah, so it's kind of like, just on principle, I don't drink Cape May. But there's, some decent people working there, and their salesman hooked me up with a sample, and I was like, sure, why not? Why don't I go ahead and review it? Yeah, it must be me, right? All these people can't be wrong. How about this beer? I didn't realize I was that close to the wall. That hurt. Oh no, that's why. Okay. Ow. Yeah, let me throw this back and then I'll go ahead and set up Tree Fort. And if I'm still feeling it, I may have a bonus review, if you will, after that. But yeah, that caveman's getting dumped. Be right back. No, I don't know do this. Oh, this isn't going to come off clean. All right. All right. This one, yeah, some don't feel right. Hold on. Am I not centered? I'm not centered. Oh, wrong way. That there. That there. That's better. That's exactly where I was. This next one is from Neck of the Woods from Pittman, New Jersey. This one is an 8% hazy IPA, and it's called Tree Fort Second Cup. Tree Fort is an ongoing series of one and done IPAs. This one in particular is brewed with malted and flaked wheat and oats and chit, hopped with Vista, Matueca, and Nelson Sauvignon. That sounds amazing. It's not often you get to drink a beer with chit in. Uh, 3 for 3. This one, I don't even need to get a light behind it. You can see how dark this one is. Uh, Not too much condensation on the glass yet. Let me pull up that flashlight. Is the light shining? No. Why isn't the light shining? Go. Yeah, you can see how hazy this one is. Super, super just cloudy. Phone is so stupid. All right, there we go. On the notes. Maybe I should let that head go down a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Hold on, I gotta get that a minute. I know this is making for amazing streaming. All right, hopefully that's enough. On the nose. Wasn't really getting much there. And I'm not stuffed up or anything either. On the nose. Picking up some sweet notes, definitely some juiciness in there. Uh, I know with the Nelson Sauvine, you're definitely going to get some sweetness. There we go. Um, yeah. Picking up the Nelson mostly. Not familiar with Vista, so I wouldn't really know what to be looking for, but definitely picking up the Nelson in the aroma. No sign of bitterness at all either. Let's give it a try. Okay, interesting. Um, so it's an interesting combination because the Nelson adds like that like a white grape and a kind of note and a sweetness. Blah, blah, blah. The Matueka is going to add. It's been a while since I've had anything with Matueka. Let me just make sure I have it right here, and then I'm going to look up Vista because I'm not familiar with that hop either. Let me just figure out what I'm working with here. So Matueka, okay, like a lemony tropical, and that's smooth bitterness. Okay, hold on. So okay, what about Vista? Okay, just like honeydew melon, ripe pear, tropical fruit, papaya, white peach. Like okay, so just a sweet hop. Fair enough. Yeah. So very very sweet up front. Everything almost too sweet, and then it gets a little funky. But I think that funkiness on the back end is the Nelson Sauvine and that white grape kind of flavor, and just that peaked out throughout everything else. Um, yeah, I am not enjoying this one either. Just everything, it's just way too sweet up front and just minimal bitterness on the back end to like relieve you of that sweetness. It's a little too much. And at 8%, like, I'm definitely not getting any like booziness or anything like that. Uh, because the sweetness is enough to cover all that up. But I don't know. I think it's just too much. It's very, very heavy on the palate. Very thick, very heavy on the palate. Not easy drinking at all, even though it's very sweet. There's a weird like malty kind of maybe a weedy like something clashing in there. So I'm not cutting this one either. So I'm just gonna say I give this one a 3 out of 5. Um, does not come together well. And as you can see, I barely. Uh, it didn't take much for me to come to this conclusion. Maybe as I continue to talk and sip, maybe I'll notice something different, but I really, really doubt it. As it is, this one's going to get a 3 out of 5. I don't remember what I gave the first iteration, but I think I enjoyed it a little more than I enjoyed this one. Yeah, just oh, yeah, no. I think I might have to dump this one too. Super disappointing. Uh, but yeah, I really don't want to finish that. Um, there's no bitterness on the back end to relieve you from the sweetness. Whoa. There's like a weird wine sourness from the Nelson Sauvignon that like kind of dominates all the other hops. It's almost like a candy sweetness, but then like the weediness and I guess whatever the hell chit is kind of like I don't know, it's not coming together well, and I'm super disappointed. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and grab a beer that it's not gonna be a review. I'm just gonna drink it. I'll probably rate it too, but and talk about it. But it's one that I know I like because I've had 7 or 8 19.2s of it in the last 3 weeks. So I have another 19.2 of it in my fridge waiting for me. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that. Because this one is super disappointing. It's so hazy. It just like it leaves you like with a weird feeling on your palate. Uh, like a weird like dryness on your palate. Like not even like dry flavor, but like a sticky dry. I can't describe it. But yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna dump it yet. I'll leave it over there. It'll be okay over there. I'll let it sit. It'll hang out. But yeah, I need to drink a beer that I'm going to enjoy, so I'll be right back. Oh, no, that's right. We're doing this now. All right. So, working at a liquor store, there are certain breweries that self-distribute that, like, you won't hear from the salesman for 6 weeks, and then, like, you forget about them, and then all of a sudden the salesman will show up and you're like, oh my God, yeah. Well, that was a couple weeks ago, and Icarus is once again available at Joe Canals in Marlton. They've done some work on their sales team, or on their whatever it is, their sales department. And yeah, no, so they're coming around again. And it was longer than 6 weeks. That was just a number I threw out there anyway. Um, and I was very happy to hear that they have drinking crayons in 19.2 ounce cans. The thing is about this, we also have the four packs, 16 ounce four packs, and the 16 ounce four packs are 19.99, and these are 3.99. Do the math. Anyway, that I'm gonna bring that to my manager's attention. Something, that's gonna change in the next couple of days. So you know, there's a case. No, there's probably about half a case left. So get them if you can. But we also have four packs. But yeah, anyway, this one, it was one of my very first reviews, which is now it's on my YouTube, but it's a private video now. Uh, it's terrible. It was a terrible review. Everything about it was awful. Um, and I cringe when I think about it. But I will do a proper review of this at some point. This is just me sitting back enjoying a beer and talking about it. This one is a 7.9% Imperial IPA, heavily wheated and oated, Northeast style Imperial IPA, hopped with Eldorado, Amarillo, and Columbus. Columbus. Copiously dry hopped with Azaka, Amarillo, Columbus, and Lupulin Mosaic. Well, I guess it's not the Azaka, uh, because this is absolutely amazing and super bright and very balanced and bitter on the back end. Let me wait to try it. I had one last night, but yeah, so I guess it's not the Azaka, so it must be one of the grains or something that like just didn't taste right to me with the Cape May beer earlier. But anyway, on the nose. Oh my God, I can't smell anything. No, I literally can't smell anything. Let's give it a try. Yeah, super bright up front. You got so many different hops coming together. You got juiciness, you got subtle bitterness on the back end, just enough to balance everything out. I mean, this one, there's a reason I've been through almost a case of 19.2s in the last couple of weeks. This one is just absolutely amazing. It's deceivingly strong because it does not taste like a 7.9 percenter. Very, very easy drinking despite the thickness on the palate. You get all different notes standing out. Definitely like some pineapple, some maybe mango, definitely citrus notes. What's it hot with here? Eldorado, Amarillo, Columbus, and then Mosaic Lupulin, which I guess is providing that the dankness on the back end, the bitterness. Yeah, this is just an amazing beer. Uh, Very easy drinking for 7.9%. I know I said that. It sits heavy. It just still drinks so easy. It's a dangerous one, especially if you've done the math for what I was saying earlier, um, because you can get five of these for the price. Yeah, you can get five of these for the price of a four pack of 16-ounce cans. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna bring that up to my manager Monday morning. But if you happen to see this and you're at Joe Canals in Marlton tomorrow, by all means, clean us out. And if you get there after they clean us out, go ahead and grab a four pack. Hey, what's up there, Ronnie? Afternoon. Oh, you must not be on the East Coast. No, I haven't heard from him. I know he was live last night. Uh, yeah, yeah, it was fun hanging out with him last time. Um, well, yeah, I just kind of like do these, and whoever sees it and jumps, jumps on, one of those kind of things. Yeah, just a very enjoyable experience here. But a very like with the Pilsner, I'm like, yeah, I can drink a Pilsner guilt-free and be like, all right, I'm not gonna feel horrible if I have a few of these. With this, I know after one, I don't know if you could hear that, my air conditioning just kicked on very loudly. With this, after one, I'm like, oh my God, like it's so much so much wheat and oats and just it's heavy. It's as big of a beer, as that doesn't make any sense. Um, I don't know. I just always feel horrible after I have a couple of these. But yeah, after a six pack, eh, having two of these in a night is the equivalent of me drinking a six pack Pilsners, pretty much. As far as how I feel the next morning. So I don't like to drink these too often. But then again, I have been through a case, or a case is 12. So how many was it? Five. I've probably been like through eight in the last couple of weeks. Oh, yeah, this, let me, still I'm getting nothing on the aroma. And that's all I'm saying. The more wheat, like, the worse it's going to be on your digestive system. Yeah, no, still weird. Yeah, that's getting dumped. I'm not going to finish that. Wow, I actually, like, am kind of embarrassed about how little beer I actually consumed on this stream. A 16 ounce and eventually a 19.2, but a couple sips of a 12 ounce and a couple sips of 16 ounce. I'm not living up to my name. Oh, yeah. I don't know what the the other beer, the one that's still here. That's the Freeford IPA. Um, it was like really sweet up front, and then like I don't know. It's also like heavily weeded. Oh, I didn't see this. Treefort is a sequential double IPA series built around a progression, not repetition. Each release is called a cut, captures a single moment in the evolution of the beer. Every cut moves Tree Fort forward. Once released, it's archived and not revisited. Yeah, they don't need, they have no reason to revisit that one. Uh, I just really did not enjoy it. And also, 1 second, Ronnie. Rick Blade, let me just say, I hope to see you back soon. And I think PWU needs you right now. I mean, they have quite the army going on right now, but yeah, things are getting dicey if you've been watching, and I think we need you right now. Ronnie, yeah, no, I hate it. I watch it because I have to, because my other YouTube channel depends on it, but I really am not enjoying much of what's going on right now. They're super money hungry. They're driving out the middle class families. They're making it something that only rich people can afford, and that's not what wrestling is supposed to be. Um, as far as what actually is going on, like storyline wise, like I'm sick to death of the bloodline. I don't like Danhausen. You know what I mean? There's not a lot going on there for me right now. So, yeah, it's been very difficult having to watch and cover mainstream wrestling with all of the all of the amazing indie stuff going on right down the street from my house that we are front row for every week. And you know what I mean? Like we have a lot of these guys on our show. Like it's very hard to pay attention to mainstream wrestling when there's so much going on in my backyard, you know? Speaking of which, I don't have the graphics. Oh, I can have the graphics though. How do I do that? Yeah, yeah, that's how I do that. So many graphics. Oh my God, why does he not have the graphics on here? Oh yeah, there they are. So everybody, if you're in the South Jersey area, come on out to Mount Holly tomorrow afternoon for Sideshow Pro Wrestling's Camp Carney, sponsored by BJ and DG Talk Wrestling, as well as whoa, Wicked. What did I just do? There we go. As well as Wicked Works, Keith Fitness, Red Dragon Dojo, uh, Creature Feature Part 2. We got Kid Legend taking on a mystery opponent. And I have no idea whatsoever who this could be. It would be amazing if it was his doppelganger, though. Alex Rivera, I can't roll my R's, versus Tulpa. We got Boom Harden versus Kale Van Du. And that's not this show, but that's going to be amazing too. Connor Claxton versus Little Guido, Sunday, July 12th, opening day. But yeah, this going to be going to this show tomorrow afternoon. I hope I'm not hungover, but I shouldn't be because I'm not finishing that. So I've only really had a beer or two. Um, that's going to be an amazing time. That's where I'll be tomorrow. If you're a fan of the other channel, we have not decided what we're doing about content tomorrow. Our typical Sunday show might happen late. It might not happen at all. We don't know yet. But that is going to be an amazing time. I was just there Friday night, and that show was sick. Got a lot of amazing footage that I'm working on editing right now. Also writing a script for the Tuesday show. So I shouldn't even really be doing this right now. I should be like writing and editing and doing nerd stuff. But here I am for you guys. Ooh, it's not too late to make the farm truck. No, I'm just kidding. I still have so much of this. It's like there. I should have chosen a bigger glass, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I guess I am going to call it a night, at least on here. Um, Everybody, I don't know when I'm going to be doing another stream. There's wrestling almost every weekend, so that takes up a lot of my time. I hope you understand, but I try to do the beer streams when I can. And I'm going to try to maybe get it in maybe some weeknights this week. Maybe like, well, I can't do it Monday. I can't do it Tuesday. Wednesday I could do. Thursday, no. So maybe Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday I'll do a stream. But I have to check my schedule. I don't know what's going on next weekend, what wrestling shows I might be going to. So anyway, I will do these when I can. But until next time, cheers.
Hi guys, this is Sam Reaper, and you're watching BJ and DG Wrestling Talk Show.